everyone, my name is Bonzinator, and today I'll be talking about a food chain trick taking game called Fork. Fork stands for Fox, Owl, Rabbit, and Kale. Pretty catchy, right? It's designed by Tate Wu, illustrated by Lily Chin, and published by Sunrise Tornado Game Studio. The point of this game is to get 5 scorecards or 5 tricks in front of you, and then the end game, whoever has the most points wins. This game plays from 2 to 6 players, takes about 20 minutes, and there is a 2 player variant for that one. Otherwise, it's normal play for 3 to 6 players, and you deal a certain amount of cards depending on player count. This game is ages 8 and up. There is going to be 4 different suits or terrains. You're going to have Arctic, Desert, Mountain, and Swamp. And you're going to remove the Swamp if you're playing a 2 or 3 player game. Because this is a food chain trick taking game, each player is going to start with at least 1 fox in their hand. If you're playing a 3 player, you start with 2 foxes in your hand. And then you're going to deal the appropriate number of cards for player count. I'm going to show you an example for a 4 player count. So that would be 12 cards at each player. And just as a note, there are 4 terrains, like I said, but there's only 1 owl per terrain. So these 4 owls that you see here, they're the only ones in the deck. There's going to be multiple hares, multiple rabbits, multiple kales, and then card counting, that each player only started with 1 or 2 foxes depending on player count. In a 4 player game, 1 fox per hand. So if someone used their fox on a trick, their fox is gone. You know that if you play an owl, that's going to be trump for that hand. Let's say I choose Arctic. So I have to put something with an Arctic down. I'm going to go ahead and put this card down. And then let's say someone else puts this card down. And let's say someone else puts this card down. And then let's say someone puts Kale down. Now notice Kale is face up. That's because whenever you play Kale, you have to play it face up. This is actually set collection for the end of the game. If your Kale survives and doesn't get eaten by rabbits, then at the end of the game, you can really score a lot of points. I like how there's symbols of Kale above each victory point number. All right, so then everyone put their card down. We all going to face up. I put down the Arctic hare. Someone else put down the fox. Someone else put down the snowy owl, and we already know the Kale. So now we're going to start resolving, not just because I started. We're going to resolve from the highest card. So fox trumps all. They're going to either eat the owl or the rabbit. They start with the owl, and it's going to be worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. And they're going to set it in front of them, and then they discard the fox. So whatever card you put down, you're not getting back in your hand. You're not getting back in front of you. You're going to discard it. So you discard the fox, and the snowy owl is now theirs. Now that the snowy owl is gone, the threat is removed for the rabbit. So the Arctic hare can go ahead and consume the Kale. Now, let's say someone didn't have Arctic. Just like most trick-taking games, if there's a suit there and it was called Arctic, you have to play Arctic. The only exception is your fox. The fox counts for all terrain types. You can see here at the top corner, it counts for all terrain types. Other than that, that's why this person had to play their blue one, because they had it. Let's say they didn't have any Arctic. They didn't have any rabbits, owls, and they don't have to play the fox. Then they would play this one. Let's just say they had the mountain. They're trying to kill that suit. So this Arctic hare cannot consume a mountain Kale. It only allows, that's why I like the iconography here, a Arctic Kale. So what would happen is this one would discard. They don't get to keep it. And this person has to discard the Kale as well because it didn't match the suit. Let's say I went like this. So they didn't play their fox. They played another Arctic hare. You can actually look at the victory points at the bottom and be like, oh, that one's 3 victory points. That one's 2 victory points. Which is this owl going to consume? They're going to consume the number 7. All right. So they would take the number 7. This one would still consume the Kale. Let's say I call the terrain swamp. So I'll put my card down. Someone else doesn't have any swamp. So they're going to put an Arctic Kale. Then someone else puts another card down. Someone else puts another card down. Okay. So I don't know if this is Arctic or not, or I don't know if this is swamp or not. It could be a different terrain. They might not have swamp, but they just played a rabbit of a different terrain. So we're going to go ahead and flip over these 2 cards. Oh, man, they played an owl. Okay, so what happens is the owl consumes the rabbit. Then this Kale gets discarded because it's not a swamp. this one survived. It is a swamp. They survived. They keep it in front of them for their set collection. Let's say I say swamp again. So I'm going to put that one down. This one's going to play, they're out of swamp, so they play face up Kale. This one plays that one. This one is going to play that one. So kind of similar to last time. You can go ahead and flip it over. Ooh, 2 rabbits. So this is how this goes. Start with the highest number. So this marsh hare is higher than the 2. They're going to consume Kale. You can see here that they can only consume the swamp Kale. So they're going to take this one. This card gets discarded, and this card goes in front of them. Now, this marsh hare, all 2s and 3s for every single terrain, can score Kale of any terrain as in a swamp trick. So you can see the picture here. If the trick for that round was swamp, and you put down the marsh hare, and you survived, then you can take this Arctic Kale. You discard the marsh hare, and you keep the Kale in front of you. So all 2s and 3s can take Kale of any terrain type. All right, so let's say I had 5 cards. I triggered the end game, and we're all going to count up our points now. So I ended with 2 victory points for my owl, a set of 3 Kales. So set collection 3 is 4 points. And then my blue hare gave me 2 points. So that is 8. That's 8 points. That's my score for this round. You can play as many rounds as you like. I usually like just playing, 4 or 5 rounds in a 4-player game, more or less. And whoever has the most points total after that time is the winner. Another way you can do it is just say, we're just casually playing. You want to play another round? Sure. And then you just restart and there's a new winner each round. There is a team variant to this game. Let's say you're playing 4 players, so 2 on 2. You cannot consume any of your partner's cards. And usually it would be across from you. And then at the end of the game, you're going to combine your points. So it's just another way of playing. I actually played teams on this game and I really liked it. It was a cool variant for this trick taking game. Well, that is Fork. If you're interested at all, I'll put links in the bottom of this YouTube video, and I hope that you enjoyed, and let me know if you checked it out. I know Tate is working on a Braille edition of this game. He actually found a manufacturer that could make really good Braille cards and even tested it out, so I know he's doing a backer kit right now. All right, I hope you all enjoy, and hey, good luck with any trick-taking games. They're some of my favorite types. We'll see you later. Bye!